Hey everybody, welcome to your midday options flow recap. And welcome to Wall Street, where grown men bet billions like it's DraftKings, only instead of parlays, it's leveraged ETFs and meme stocks. Welcome to your midday madness, folks, brought to you by Investor Central Club, where today's options flow looks like a speed dating event hosted by the Federal Reserve, a Reddit forum, and well, a cocaine dealer. So let's start with the elephant in the room, not literally, but figuratively speaking here. Eli Lilly is leading the charge today. We saw 10.03 million dropped into the 750 calls due for March 20th of 2026. The translation, someone thinks Ozempic isn't just a drug, it's now a personality trait. The sector is pharma. Yes, that same group that made us all amateur endocrinologists during COVID. And the sentiment is uber bullish. Like, buy a yacht before the FDA even blinks bullish, by the way. PLTR, that's another weird one we saw. We saw 1.23 million into the $100 puts due for 12/18/2026. That's a year out. Yeah. That's a 45% IV spike. Someone's either hedging big AI exposure or just thinks Palantir is a cult with a bad UX. I did see online a lot of people saying Palantir is a bubble, so I'm not really shocked to see these kinds of orders come in. On the ETF side of things, we saw TLT, IWM, IBIT, multi-leg put buying galore here. With IBIT, we're looking at 5.6 million into October puts on the $65 strike there, netting them about 15,000 contracts against 4,583 in open interest. TLT, we saw 4.2 million dropped there on the $92 puts due for September 19th of 2025, netting them 10,000 contracts against 1,100 open interest. We also saw two back-to-back IWM multi-leg auctions come in, and these were for the 209 puts due September 19th of 2025, netting them in total about 14,700 no, wait, 24,000 contracts on that 60,000 open interest there. It looks like someone's not really sold on this rally because whoever this is either has a crystal ball or a really depressing birthday party planned for Jerome Powell coming in September. Now let's talk about the semiconductor sniff test. AMD TSM on. We're seeing calls, and more calls. Geez, AMD, we saw 2.5 million dropped into the 167.50 calls here. And that is for September, by the way. No, not even September. That's for August 15th of 2025. It looks like someone is expecting some ultra delta hedging because currently it's at 174 when these were bought. So keep that in mind. TSM, we saw 1.56 million dropped here on the 270 calls due for, and that is June 18th of 2026. The 700 contracts against 2,250 open interest. The AI trade is not over, folks. The nerds are still in charge. So be nice because, well, they might just turn your internet off if you're not. Silicon is the new oil, and right now Wall Street is drilling deeper than your average OnlyFans subscriber. Now, Boeing, yes, Boeing is back, and these are short dated, due for August 22nd of 2025. We saw 2.3 million dropped on the 230 puts. Again, this is some delta hedging because currently Boeing's at 224. So maybe they expect some more downside movement because they either know something or they literally saw a door fly off of their plane that was Boeing mid-flight and decided to buy puts. We also saw Capital One and Hood come in. Capital One, we saw the 207.50 puts due for this week, actually 1.19 million dropped here. And then we also, for Hood, we saw the 107 calls due for this week, 1.18 million dropped there, netting 9,000 contracts for Capital One and 2,000 contracts for Hood. And these both are under the open interest as well. So these could be additional positions opened up. That's either smart hedging or dumb panic. Honestly, both could be true though. So MBIS, yeah, this is illiquid but interesting. NBIS, Nubis Semiconductor, we saw 1.5 million. See, we see these two back to backs here, almost 3.2 million dropped here, netting them almost around over 15,000 contracts. But the strikes are different, about $1 apart. They're due for August 15th of 2025. Who trades this? Is this just someone's intern's alt account or a literal coin toss? Because, like, what is going on? And the IV's over 80% on these. I barely see this kind of stuff come in. The last NBIS trade I tracked went like down to 99% in the red. So we'll see here. BMNR, 1.2 million here. BMNR is down here, 1.2 million on the $42 calls due for February 20th of 2026. Yeah, for a $40 stock. IV is 119% right now, by the way. Smart play or someone really, really bullish on municipal finance in the year of our Lord 2026. Who knows? Now, that's really the big ones that came in today. Even on the unusual side of things, we saw on come in $55 calls due for the March 20th of 2026, 990K dropped, giving them 2,000 total contracts for that as well. So options flow today tells one story. Wall Street is either hedging like the end is near or quietly preparing to rip faces off into year end. The bulls are betting on fat returns from semis and pharma. The bears are crawling through the bond ETFs like rat in a sinking ship. And the rest, they're just YOLOing six-figure trades because their dad owns a dealership. Most unhinged trade of the day is going to Palantir for the $100 puts. The sneakiest bet, IWM puts across multiple strikes and timestamps. Someone's building a bear cave to hide in when the shit hits the fan, folks. And most copium trade, TSM 2026, $300 calls. God bless you and good luck, my good friend. And the degen move of the day goes to NBIS, both sides at once. 84% IV. That's just beautiful chaos, my friends. So whether you're long Ozempic, short Powell, or just praying your call credit spread doesn't get blown up, remember, the options market is just legalized insanity, and today the inmates are running the asylum. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share if you made it this far, and drop your hottest take in the comments. Maybe we'll mention it next time. See you guys in our next video, and watch out for Investor Central Club because we got some exciting things coming on. Have a great day. Catch you in the next one.